Welcome to the show. I guess, sometimes you get to the point in your life where you say, I'm tired of watching everybody else have fun and go get these old cars. So what do? You take your wife, take her to Alabama, buy a Galaxie. And sometimes in those journeys, you get this beautiful Galaxie and you run into issues like this U-Haul trailer, which was barely wide enough, strapped everything down, and pretty much awesome paint is getting rubbed on the fenders. You can say I'm a little mad, but nothing I can do about it now. We are at Lowe's. My wife is running inside right now to grab some moving blankets, and we're going to stuff them in the middle of these fenders. This one kicks down. It's not hitting as hard, but there is two nuts on the inside there. It's giving a little rub right there, right there. So all in all, this is a beautiful car. I'm going to get this all taken care of. We're going to put a tarp on it because it's getting ready to rain, like always when you don't need it to rain. So I have my wonderful wife here. She went inside the Lowe's 3 different times to get us stuff. We should be hopefully okay. I have moving blankets here. I have a tarp on top, straps, spongy cords. You know, it'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. All right, here it is. This thing is beautiful. There's a couple spots that are worn down to the primer, but the body is straight. The gaps are straight. It is all there. I mean, it's beautiful, really is. I know it's kind of hard to see them close to the wall, but look how straight these body lines are. All the trim is there. Obviously, if you get down on it, the paint's thin. It's old. I know it's old. The glass is all there. It needs some love to get it back looking beautiful again. So here's one of the casualties that really stunk. We got moving blankets and we had straps over this entire top convertible because it was just going to pour down rain on us. Even through the moving blanket, we had some pieces of the strap that just rubbed through. The paint's just so thin and just, it's done. But it scratched it a couple times here, and there's a spot on the side that I'll show you in a minute. But, man, it's all gorgeous. I think these had one of the best looking dashboards of the time period. It's all space age. Wonderful. I can tell some of the cards behind there, like the speedometer. If it'll focus, that's kind of turned yellow. I can see there's some white behind there. I can't tell what's dust and what's just faded. All my switches are here. I mean, really, it's just a great shape. We got cassette. You can make that out. Some cool speakers. A lot of rat poop. Man, there's a lot of rat poop. I think it's rat poop, mouse poop, dirt. This thing sat in a garage. Last time it's been registered, we found it in the glove box. It was registered in 1992 down in Alabama. I think that was not long after they bought it. It was a Georgia car. The story goes that a guy went and purchased the vehicle, picked it out. He got shipped off to Vietnam, never came home. So that hits a big one with me because I appreciate all you guys and girls that went in the armed forces. And to own a piece of history like this that was owned originally by a veteran who never came home, means a lot. So anybody who joined the forces, thank you. We got all the trim there. Tail lights look good. Rocket boosters. That's what I always called them. I don't know if that's what they called them or not, but that's what I call them. Flip down gas lid. The gas tank's there. Looks like some stuff was sitting on the trunk lid at one time. I don't know if that's somebody's tried to touch it up or what. Some of it's cracking. I mean, if you really get down to it, there's some cracked paint. But for the most part, it's just little scratches. I'm trying to decide what to do. I think I'm going to give it a good cleaning, and eventually I'll probably do some sort of a clear coat. And they only look like this once. You really can't replicate this. People try, but it just doesn't ever work, in my honest opinion. You can see on the sides where the side paint, like right here, is just a little bit more gloss than what was on top. I don't know if it lived outside at one time. Okay, down here is the other rub spot from a strap. Went through a moving blanket. We were pretty upset, my wife and I, because this thing was just, there really wasn't any big gashes. I think there was one, if you look right there, there's a small gash, but you can see down the side, here's where that rubbed a little bit. It was more noticeable on the trailer, but if you really get in here, you can see some stuff. Kind of see where it wiggled up and down, you know, while it was rubbing against the fender. These tires are probably about 30 years old, which is probably why they only held the air for a short amount of time. In fact, the second time we aired them up to get them off the trailer, they last about 15 minutes before I had to refill them again. So, still have the original keys. Take a peek in here. Opens up nice. I boiled those, but they're going to need some work to get back in. You can see the underside, what she was. Still has the spare tire sticker and optional cobwebs. This is the only rust spot I found so far. Right on that side. Right on the trunk lid right there. I don't know if I need to cut that out. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Definitely going to have to rust neutralize it because beautiful Ohio, everything will rot out on you. This garage is at least humidity controlled. I have a really good dehumidifier in here, but I know even then we're going to have some problems if I don't seal stuff up. You can tell, like right there. There's all sorts of, yep. So we got the original air cleaner. We have the hubcaps. Some random things in here. Like a baseball, I'm pretty sure a transmission mount. There's another box in here with paper towels in it with some old style oil cans. I need to go through it. I haven't touched this car yet. There was some cool carpet, if you want to call it cool. The original spare tire and convertible top covers in here. Old bias ply here. And obviously power steering leaks. I just know that, and I haven't even run the car yet. Who else keeps power steering fluid in your trunk? You have to wonder if the person that drove this for a while was a school teacher. Might have to give that to my sister-in-law. She might use that on recess. The guy also threw in some random parts, too, he had in the garage. Some old big block Chevy valve covers. These things are actually really nice shape. I'm probably going to sell these. I don't really have a use for them, and I would hate to see them just sit on my shelf. So they'll either become garage wall art, or I'll sell them. We have the old bumper jack still. Shocked me. I've never used a bumper jack, and to be honest, I probably won't ever use a bumper jack. The side cardboard templates, I think what they are, cardboard. For the well owls, they're still there. I mean, that's just shocking. So, alright, let's check out under the hood. I admittedly took a while to find this. Underneath here is step one somewhere. Yep. Here he is. That's the first one. And then there's a secondary safety, which is cool. Yeah, it's been a while since it's been played with, there's no doubt. You can see up here some of the pieces of the original fabric, sound deadening material. This thing is nice. Let me bring it in here. So here's the engine bay. It's dirty, but you can see the potential. Battery tray has a little bit of rust on it, but honestly, I don't think I've ever seen an original one that didn't. There's mud daubers everywhere on this card, man. And, you know, a block of wood, because everybody needs that to keep the battery still. Spark plug wires have either been tried to be pulled on or chewed on or something. I'm not really sure. The oil is actually decent. I mean, it's black and it's there. There's no water in it. It smells like fuel a little bit, but I'm not really that worried about it. Has mercury gold valve covers on it, which I looked up. Apparently they did that to some of these Galaxies. They got the gold valve covers. The carburetor, here's the weird part. And I'm not an original kind of a person, so if it's not completely original, I don't mind all that much because it's still awesome. The carburetor number on here comes out to being a 2-barrel Autolite 2100 from 1964 as well. It's actually got a FOMOCO tag on it. I don't know if you probably can, I doubt you can pick up on that with that picture. According to the VIN, which matches my VIN on the cowl there, as well as the door and everywhere else I find a VIN, the VINs all say this should have been a 4-barrel 390, which would be cool, right? Either way, I'm a happy guy, super happy guy, so not the end of the world, but it was kind of weird to see still a 390 from 1964. Both the carburetor and everything else denotes that, but 2-barrel. So I don't know. Maybe if I can dig into this further and figure out why. But we got power drum brakes. It's 4-wheel drum, power booster. We got power steering. Apparently this was an AC car. I see the AC dash pod on the carburetor. The underdash unit is missing, but I do see the plumbing from where it was originally. I don't see any other bracketry left or evidence of bracketry on the engine. So maybe something happened with the original engine at one time and they pulled it out and put another one in. I don't know. There's some scale on this, but really it's not bad. And the best part of all, it spins over by hand. If you grab the fan blade, it cracks right over. It's got some compression to it, so I can tell it's not completely dead. I can't wait to try to get this thing fired up. I'm going to probably try to hook a separate tank up because I already popped the gas cap. It smells like terrible, deck varnish, and it's got some rust in it, so I'm sure the tank is just gone. So I'm probably just going to plumb in a click-clack pump and a separate gas can, run it right to that carburetor. I'm going to pull the distributor out if I can get it out and try to prime the oil pump really good before I get it to fire. These plug wires are absolute toast. You can probably see the evidence of that. I don't know if, maybe they disintegrated or something got hungry. I don't know. Ooh, we are. I have an open spark plug hole there on number 8. You see that? You go around there. Come on. Yep. There. I did not notice that before. I'll take a look. Maybe they tried to get it going. But there's the underhood. I see the original style solenoid is still there. There's the further side of that engine. I didn't see any coolant in there, but these radiator hoses are rock hard. So I don't even know if I trust them. I'm probably even going to put new radiator hoses on before I would even try to fire it up. But there's not too much records on these old Galaxies. Anything pre-67 apparently was lost in that fire. So if you guys know anything about it, put it down in the comments. What can I look for? Why would this say as a 4-barrel 390, but it's got a 2-barrel 390? Did I just get lucky and somebody else threw in a 1964 engine just because? Let me know. Well, that's it for the first episode on the Galaxie. Hope you enjoyed the walk around. I had some family members come over off camera and we moved this thing around on some wheel dollies. It was a heck of a time. Didn't get it on video, but got it all turned around and ready to go for our first start. Hopefully we can get this thing started right up for the first time in 31 years. Be watching for that video here real soon. I'm going to post it up on the channel. If you enjoyed what you saw today or want to see what else we do around here, hit that subscribe and bell button at the bottom. Thanks for watching. See you next time.